As the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, holds public hearings this month on its climate rules, most Americans are worried these far-reaching regulations will lead to drastic increases in electricity prices. Here to help us sort it all out is Hale Quinn, President and CEO of the National Mining Association. Hale, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the Morning Blend.
Well, thank you, Amanda. It's great to be with you.
Let's start at the very beginning. What are some of these climate rules that they're discussing this week?
Well, the rules are proposing that, on average, each state cut 30% of the carbon dioxide emissions from its electricity sector. And frankly, that's a really tall order. And it's not only a tall order to achieve that, but it's going to place the electric grid at grave risk and make it much more expensive for Americans to get their electricity.
And is that why Americans should be so concerned with this, because our electricity will go up?
It will go up. I mean, here's what this rule is built on. It's built on a series of assumptions that are going to change how, where, and when Americans and how American businesses get their electricity and their power. So, we're inevitably going to see higher prices, and also as another ripple effect is it could very well impair the viability or reliability of the electric grid in terms of getting power to where it's needed on a reliable basis.
And is there a percentage at all of how much Americans can expect their electricity bills to go up?
Well, it will vary state by state. I mean, for instance, in Arizona, I mean, you have a very nicely diverse electricity portfolio built on coal as a backbone, also with some natural gas power and solar. But this will change quite a bit, the allocation. And across the board in many states, we'll see the rule will force states to use the most expensive energy available first rather than last. In terms of actual increases in the bills, I've heard several utility executives talk about, based on what their generation mix looks like, it could increase them by 50%. I heard actually one rural electric and executives say it might be 80% in terms of, over time, the retail rates for their customers.
And how we all want cleaner energy. I mean, that's essentially why that we're seeing these increases, because in order to develop, cleaner energy, that costs money. So what do you say to people that are either for or against this, but on the other hand, they still want cleaner air and energy, but they don't want to pay the cost?
Well, we've been able to, Amanda, we've been able to improve the environmental profile of our electricity sector. Over the last 30 years, we've invested hundreds of billions of dollars, $100 billion into the grid, new technology, new upgrades. So an electricity produced from a power plant, coal power plant today, is 90% cleaner than it was 30 years ago. So we can do this. We have a proven track record. We need to do it with policies that recognize what's balanced and has common sense, where there are going to be real benefits. We can build new high-efficiency coal power plants today that will have lower emissions by 25 to 30% over older plants they would replace. Unfortunately, EPA's rules don't allow us to do that. They don't allow us to build new high-efficiency coal plants without using some unproven technology that actually robs them of 25% of their efficiency. So we need more balance, better balance in our policies, and we can continue to do that. But one thing, Amanda, is clear. It's the costs are real for this rule, but the benefits are not, and they've not claimed any really true climate benefits coming from adopting this rule.
And Hal, I'm sure we just scratched the surface today on really what these regulations are all about. But if people are interested in more information, where can they go?
Well, they can go to a website called countoncoal.org and see what it will do is it'll give you more information on the rules and give you information about how to engage and participate, both communicating with the EPA, with your governors, with your elected officials. And it's awfully important, Amanda, for your listeners to think about that, because what EPA and the administration is counting on is that your listeners will not participate, and that's what we need for them to do, to tell their elected representatives and EPA what they think about what their energy future will be.
Well, thank you so much again, Hal.
Thank you, Amanda.
And don't go anywhere. The Morning Blend will be right back.